above a few minutes anymore. Because at that point, at some point, you're basically, yeah, like at some point you basically have to have a quick disconnect as big as your rocket. Like that,
Right.
That's a problem.
But I guess you work towards it. You know what your physical limits are in theory, and you try to get as close to that as possible. So we are about 37 minutes out, and we've got something to play back. We got some more goodies for you all. The team has been busy ahead of this flight here, and I guess, Kevin, we've got some behind the scenes from DWise. So we're going to roll that and show you how what goes on around here behind the scenes, I believe. There we go.
And we have hitched up the mobile light trailer here to the truck. Safety chains, we check the lights, brakes, and stuff like that. Locked in, good to go with all of that. Starting to shake. Trailer's all good. Don't forget the socket set.
I'm going for a tight edged shot. It's one that I've always tried here at this spot, but so far it hasn't completely worked. But I just figure you keep trying it, you'll be able to break through eventually.
Bart did it.
Homie, Lisa left for school without her science project. Can you get it to her?
Oh, do I have to?
You can drop it off on the way to work.
And I have to go to work?
You told me I'm a rocket photographer, but
Let's do this thing!
my real forte is doing solar panels.
Take that! Where am I gonna put all these? I blame society. Eat my dust, dust eater!
Got a lot of things that are going down, but this is the location for the smoke. And,
You used a cheat code!
it was mostly weird. This is kind of more of a,
2, 4, 6, 8, you suck, I'm great, da 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 da, you are the one I hate. Ooh, the vibrations tickling my feet. Damn it, I dropped my kebab. Let's see you do better.
It's wide enough, and I want it to be above the power, and get it above.
Thanks for bringing me my model of the digestive system. Hey, where's the gallbladder?
I got hungry and
Okay, so
it was
I
a
just
pig.
set a GoPro
It was
on the schedule
modeling
capture
clay.
start at 7
Oh.
a.m.
By the way, Dad, Mom called. She says she needs to talk to you at home before you go to work.
Ow! I am too smart. I am too smart.
Shouldn't you be in class?
Because then we get
Leave me alone. Calibrating the protractors. Please, I'm busy installing asbestos right now. Go to Shelbyville and steal me some math books.
Dingy goes down.
Shouldn't you be in class?
Well, here, I'll take a screenshot.
So it is the night before launch, and so the activity out here at the launch site has picked up a ton. There are a ton of space fans filling up, actually not right here, but everywhere down there. The highway is full of people who want to see this rocket up close, and then bright and early tomorrow morning want to see it launch. It's currently golden hour, so we've got the sun nice and low on the horizon, casting some excellent light on the rocket. So everyone's trying to get the best photos they can before the sun sets, hopefully for the very final time on this stage.
Just get one last look here before.
Hey, I found my lost nachos.
Kind of taking all the sights and sounds. Trying to catch the sunset.
Nothing lasts forever. Oh, I wanted a peanut.
You better run!
Reckless driving is my pet peeve.
That was awesome. And just talking to John Grass about passion and people, right? And there's so much passion of people here at NSF who bring these images to you.
Please don't sue!
I want to see more.
Yeah, this felt like a cinematic intro to a documentary. Like, this is the kind of things you would see of like a complete crazy produced documentary. I love this. I have a new favorite video. The absolutely amazing work from you. Thank you so much for doing this.
And the best part is it features the people we love, the people we know and love here at NSF that work so hard to bring this to you, and you really feel why they're there. Looking at, I think it's more than just the rocket. It's the people and everything that goes into what spaceflight represents, which is trying to find the next chapter for our species here, and that's what this is all about. We're about 30 minutes away from the next test flight. And one thing to note how close those cameras get. And everybody who was we're danger trailer. That's that trailer we call it danger trailer. That trailer is called danger trailer because it is that close to the rocket. Nobody can be near it when that happens. So all of the equipment there has to operate off the grid autonomously. It has to go off at the right time. We have some ability to remote control things, but a lot of it goes into the setup. And you saw Jack kind of planning out his shot there and the things he wanted to get into it. It's amazing. So it's just something else. So I'm excited to see what happens here. And Adrian, I wanted to chat with you a little bit about the landing attempt that they're going to make. Obviously, after the booster and ship leave the pad, that will be the last we'll see of it intact. But the plan is to try to get the booster to simulate getting grabbed by the arms on the pad, even though it's landing.
I wish I had a dog with a
like
saddle.
Software simulation that it's going to run.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we don't know exact circumstances of how they want to perform the software, but I expect it's some sort of verification.
Must
Hey,
never
if this
run
telemetry
again.
will basically beat the tower, would it theoretically fulfill our expectations of where to land? So yes, the Super Heavy booster for this flight will be, as both ships, both parts will be expanded for this mission, just to point this out. But the booster will at least try to perform the profile that it would perform on a booster patch. And we have heard
that was too
and
easy.
talks
Just a
from
few more.
Elon and everything that if this goes well on this flight, the next flight might see a catch attempt. It's and there's still some question marks about it. There's also some regulatory question marks about it because that's probably needing another license modification. But the same goes for the ship. The ship is also going, if possible, quite further than we
How's
thought
it hanging?
because it's
I
will
just
also,
made an
if you remember these early
What's up?
I'm so happy to be
these
talking.
early situation, these early flight tests, the flight of these, or just the upper stages.
Don't worry, that should
the main
heal
goal of
fast.
that was to demonstrate the capabilities to glide, to reach this terminal velocity, and then perform the flip and burn maneuver, where they ignite the engine and then basically bring the ship from a horizontal to vertical orientation. And if they would
Wow,
go
I
all
need
the
a
way
disco
through
nap.
entry, that's a big if, that would mean that they are also trying to perform this flip and burn maneuver and vertically soft splash down on the hinge. So it's quite interesting.
It would give us some confidence to know that if they were to attempt a landing in a future mission, that it might work. Emphasis on the might. And I guess that brings me to this
Possessions are
question is,
fleeting.
attempting a landing, obviously we're not going to try to grab anything on this flight, but if Flight 5, the desire is to catch the booster, that's a significant risk to the launch facility if it were to go wrong. And that could really derail the program, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's the topic of some debate inside of the NSF team as well, because at liftoff you have a booster producing roughly 70 megaliters per thrust. It's already built for quite a lot of energy. Of course, this energy will be, in the case of a booster fallback, differently built on the launch pad, but the booster will just be in the ballpark of like 300, 400, somewhere in that tons of weight, and it will only ignite a few Raptor engines. So basically we are talking about a kind of an empty can that is coming down. And this infrastructure is sturdy. Like, the pad is extremely sturdy. It even survived the rock tornado of 1. The tower is sturdy. I think we are more worried about the smaller parts, like the chopsticks, for example. I do not want to see like the booster, I don't know, landing on one chopstick. I don't think that would go well. I think that's more like the smaller details, the cables, the carriage system. These are the kind of things we should be worried about in case of a missed booster landing. The overall infrastructure, like the tower and the pad, that's probably fine, pending how bad this could go.
Right. And again, we're not going to be attempting any kind of grabbing of anything today, but the plan is just to see if they can get a controlled entry into the ocean in such a way that the arms would work if they were there. So the booster will think it is going to get grabbed, and then unfortunately that would be it for the booster. Sad for the booster. Like you think, hey, I'm going to survive this, and then there's no arms to catch you. How sad. But that's development for you there. So we are 25 minutes and change out from the T0 time. Adrian, everything we see indicates that we're on track there, and you can see that frost line growing on the outside of the booster and the Starship, which shows us kind of where the fuel situation is at. And as we were mentioning earlier, SpaceX's approach is kind of a load and go. So we're watching the SLS, for example, we're fueling for hours. Here, it really is just a matter of minutes to get the rocket fueled up and ready to go. And you mentioned earlier,
my
Adrian,
bikini
that
zone's
this is actually
chafing.
10% faster than the last flight.
Yes. There's also some interesting capability which could be coming into play at this late phase, because we observed something on the wet rest rehearsal, which was the SpaceX on the wet rest rehearsal was conducting a roughly 30-minute hold. Which the question now is that also
Can you come and get me?
also the
I'll
case
pay you in back rub.
for a flight situation? But that was something that was observable on one of the wet rest scenarios. So if they should run into an issue here,
It was like that when I got here.
They can hold for 30 minutes or so before they at some point will run into a scrub scenario because of boil off and because of just certain limited conditions of the rocket. But that's just an interesting side note here, which we observed in the wet rest, which apparently has some capabilities here tomorrow.
We have some updates from SpaceX as to what's going on. The first thing we've been talking about a little bit this morning was the hot staging ring, which was a
Nothing lasts forever,
if you will, from the original design. Created some weight for it will in fact be jettisoned. The jettisoning procedure will be temporary, but future boosters will be integrating the hot staging ring directly to better balance out the weight. One of the things we talked about earlier is that the ring not only adds weight that creates complications for slowing the rocket down on the way back down, but it also kind of changes the center of gravity. So the plan for this mission is to jettison the hot staging ring on the way back down, but in the future they will keep the entire stack intact, just in two different vehicles, and reuse everything. So that is one piece of news that just got talked about from SpaceX. And the other is that the red team did have to go out to fix something at the pad quickly. Adrian, we saw some cars heading out there a little while ago, but they've course through. So,
Yes, yeah, it seems like they had to go out there. I mean, it happens from time to time. This is a relatively new tank farm, with all the changes. I wouldn't say new. Okay, let's say it's a constantly evolving tank farm, and there's always a chance that something comes up that they didn't expect. It looks like more of a tank farm than a vehicle thing that they work on because they were more on. It was not on the vehicle stage yet. Let's word it like that. And we're also getting more news here that the ship is now past 70% prop load on the main tanks. Had a tank will be a bit later in the count. Booster is at 38% LOX and 46% liquid methane. Right now there were no issues with the vehicle, the range, or the weather.
perfect. That's what we like to hear. So those are the three things that'll mess you up. And so far, all are agreeing here. And if you were just tuning in, we are about 21 minutes away from the launch of Starship yet again. This is flight test number 4. And although it looks very similar to the last 2 or 3 that we watched lift off the pad here in Texas, it is actually a very different rocket. These unfortunately get destroyed after every flight, but the hope is to have a very controlled structure there. So hey, we've got to run out to Das real quick. He's in Texas on site. What do you see, Das?
Well, Lon, currently not much, unfortunately. We're over here at Padre Island. We're on top of the Margaritaville Resort over this way, and we can currently not see the rocket. Now, last time, Flight 3, I couldn't see the rocket at liftoff. I was at the same location, but it was clear above it. And so I got the experience of the rocket coming out of that low-hanging fog, whatever you want to call it. And then I saw it clear all the way to the horizon after that. Today, it does not look like that might be the case here. Y'all were saying the range is green, the weather's green, the visibility from over here on South Padre Island is currently not green.
Why me? I'm the world's greatest neighbor.
And,
I even have a mug to that
if we're going to
effect.
see it, hopefully we see it burn through because that exhaust tube is very bright. But right now, it is not looking good for our visibility over here on the island. 20 minutes coming up, right?
That's right, we're right at the 20-minute mark, and you know what, this though shows you just why all of the work that you do ahead of these launches is important, because there are cameras that we have that see very nicely, thanks to all the work that you did. We saw the documentary that Dee put together a few minutes ago. So that's what it takes. It was awesome, but that's what it takes, right? You can get bogged out if you only rely on one location. So how much sleep have you had?
Taste that!
Some, actually. I'm not operating on zero sleep. Hopefully I don't get any comments down below that the guy in the hat looks tired. But no,
I'm all in a dinner, Homer. So many of my possessions have disappeared.
I
called the police to find the culprit.
Culprit, eh?
My lawnmower, my cooler, my lawn chair, a family portrait, even Rod's inhaler. What kind of sick individual would take this stuff?
Oh no, I borrowed all of Flanders' stuff. Quick, think of an excuse to get out of here. Excuse me, I think I have to go shut
the blink of the
some
pad or anything right now, but I'll let it go back to you. I just wanted to let y'all know how it was going. All these feeds are live. Hopefully y'all will see something. Hopefully we'll see something, but clock is ticking.
Clock is ticking. You will hear it though. That's pretty cool in itself. So we will get your reactions when it's all good done here. We'll get back to work on. Thank you to everything for all of your
coming through.
And we'll catch up with you.
What's next?
All right,
Flanders cooler. I gave it to Barney.
Enjoy it. So yeah, sometimes the fog there can be crazy. So you can see our view here is perfect. We can see very cool. The only fog that's down is rocket fog from all the
Eat my gut.
from the rocket. And it's very much like the cold city. Woohoo! Super cool.
Out of control.
Adrian, why does it have to be so cold?
Well, it's colder,
you remember
it's
that
denser,
cooler I gave you for your
which
birthday?
means to get more into
Well,
the rocket,
Flanders wants it back.
now what will I use for a toilet? It's basically a decision that SpaceX has done already with Falcon 9, with going with Super Jelly there, Talon, and they're doing that here as well to make sure they are keeping density
Oh, that's done. Now I need Flanders' stupid picture of his stupid family.
And go faster, farther, and with more things. That's the quick answer.
Hey, what's the matter with you?
Ow, my head!
My head.
Yeah, that's the
Okay, last one. Now where did I leave Ron's stupid inhaler? Duh, on top of the dump truck. I have no insurance.
Starship, and we are monitoring things here at NSF. We've got cameras all over the place that will deliver some spectacular imagery of the launch here as it progresses. But so far, everything is green. Range is green.
Gotta return this stuff before the cops find me sitting around talking to myself.
That we've seen. So we are good to go. There's still some margin in the launch details. So we will be opening at 7 a.m. Central Time. And that will then continue to 9 a.m. Central Time. And we're looking at launching just after right before 8 Central Time. So 7:50. We still have
Mistakes were made.
What's happening?
Oh, I forgot my mission.
There you go. We've got Booster and Starship ready to get moving here.
Landers, look,
Alex,
I found your missing stuff. Now, about the reward.
His heart rate is also
Thanks, neighbor Rooney. Here's your reward. Prayers from the Lord's #1 fan.
Boy.
Our Father in heaven, bless this noble oaf.
Stupid
I haven't
Landers
had
getting
any emotions
happiness from
back to back.
religion.
I haven't slept.
In your face!
Still from yesterday. Right, that high,
Bless your mistake,
highly
friend.
emotional.
I keep making God madder and madder.
And now after lift me up again. So of course my body's just like, I'm a.
Oh, you're late for work. And today's your workplace evaluation with Mr. Smithers.
You'll find my scorpion farm. Then where will my scorpions live? Only one person can help me. Lenny.
Just how busy it's been around here. You know, space events used to be once a quarter if you were lucky, right? And now we're looking at every couple of days something significant happening. This stuff's not a show or a stream about Starliner, but they did clear it for docking or berthing with the space station this morning. So that's happening today as well. So all sorts of things going on here as we count down.
I have road rage and I know how to use it. Oh, out of control!
Test each try to see what's going on, and we have no way to also test the images as well. So that is why this mission, that is something that we sort of expected already.
Hey, Homer, how about a breakfast churro?
No time! Tell me where to find Mr. Smithers!
Yeah, I think I saw him at the Quickie Mart. More breakfast churros for Lenny!
I'm gonna need a car with a little more junk in the trunk if I'm gonna take him out. I wonder if Barney still has the plow.
Absolutely, test of the re-entry component of the mission for sure. And we're going to toss it to Jack now, who's joining us out in the field. Jack, how's your piece per minute? Do you track that?
I do track that. Give me a second and I'll tell you what it is. Right now my watch is telling me the range is between 92 and 130, so a lot.
Wow, yep. That's passion for you.
Ouch! My bikini zone! Barney, can I borrow the plow king?
Take what you want, sexy leprechaun! Just don't shoot me with that dart gun!
From the air a little bit earlier, so Jack, we've got
Whatever.
some airborne assets today too, right?
Sure do. If Andrew would move his stupid face, he could see the drone sitting there. Yeah, there it is. But yeah, that will be up in the air in a second after I'm done talking to y'all. But
It's
just wanted to
crashing
check
time!
in from the field. We got another camera up here on the container.
I'm a mean speed thingy! Vengeance will be mine!
We got Adam, and we got Sean.
Oh, I swallowed my gum!
Roger is over there.
Go!
So yeah. But yeah, that's what we're looking at for River
I am
Wildlife,
excelente!
but we'll see what we
Lousy
see.
rut,
There's a couple
karmic
of things.
retribution.
So fingers crossed.
All right, well, we will be keeping an eye on things. And Jack, thank you for all of the work that you've all made over here.
Eat my dust!
All 5 in over at the hotel. We've got some
Looks harder than it is.
work out, and we will let you get back to work because we've got a lot to do here at the end of the last 15 minutes.
I am Evil Homer! I am Evil Homer!
Thanks, guys.
We'll talk to you later. So there you go, Jack is out in the field, and again, this is what it is to go into these things. You saw how Doc was all caught over there, and Jack's got somewhat better news there.
I am Evil Homer! I am Evil Homer!
This rocket launch without Bob in the way. The only Bob here is Rocket Bob, so...
that?
Take that out of my bonus.
Wow, this car sure can take a beating. I didn't do
I
it.
could not imagine. I'm too, like, I don't know, if I'm this nervous and anxious and everything, I cannot even,
My convertible!
you know, with
I
all
just
of
waxed and undercoated.
That's what you get for expecting me to do the job for which
Although,
I am
I feel like
paid.
it's like astronauts. I feel like every time I talk to these professionals,
Please
they're way
don't
calmer
sue.
than we are. Like they're like, oh yeah, we're to space, right? And we're like completely nervous, panicking. We're like completely excited, and they're like, it's another day in the office, you know?
Go!
Watching the big star all the time.
What?
Okay, that's a lawsuit.
You really can't appreciate what goes on with these rockets until you see them launch in person. So I saw my first rocket launch in person was STS-133, Space Shuttle Discovery. And I have to tell you, my
Lousy,
feeling,
rotten
what I
karmic
felt
retribution.
was almost like,
Hey, I
not
know
terror,
you.
but fear.
You're in my
Like,
dumb
whoa,
guy
like,
support
this
group.
is
Mind if I
crazy
borrow your
powerful.
truck for a while?
And,
No
you know,
can
just the
do,
amount
Mr.
of
Fancy Blue
control of
Pants.
that power
I begotten to
is
finish up my
what
daily
is,
chores, or else
I
Brain
think,
Dean ain't making her
something
muskrat
that
pie
I
tonight.
think is what makes this
Fine,
feel
I'll
the way
help
it
you with your
feels for
hillbilly
us.
chores.
You help
Especially
me
because
bring
we
in
didn't
this
build this
season's
thing, and
harvest,
we are,
and I'll take you
just,
anywhere you be
observers here,
needing to
very,
go.
very trained
Woohoo!
observers
First most,
of,
I want
this
you to go to
process.
the gas
And,
station,
Adrian,
get
I
me
noticed
some
at
of
the
those
top of
cardboard
Starship, there
tubes, you know
are
them?
some
I'm gonna
Starlink
build me
antennas,
some
aren't there?
indoor plumbing. When you finish with
Yeah,
that,
which
knock down
were
all
very
them tobacco
important
plants
in
so the
bringing us
youngins
back
can
these
clean them up for
amazing
market.
views we completely freaked out about the last time. Because Starlink apparently was used to transmit these re-entry views. So yeah, it seems, and of course the hope is that at this point, this time this will work as well as it did last time. We get some amazing re-entry views again, and also some updates here. The ship main tanks are at this point loading at 85%. The header tanks are loading is on the way. Weather range and vehicle are still go, and boosters at 75. So everything basically progressing as normal.
That's normal, especially that's normal to me. Something like this.
I have no insurance.
This is still an experimental in development spacecraft, so there's a lot that we can do. The further they get, each launch is incrementally getting closer to filtering these ability, which is part of the mission here today. So we bring to the lab that not only is Starship missing pilots.
Oh, now I have a wedgie.
How the stainless steel air behaves in the air. It also has pilots that are there to see something less robust.
Learn to drive, you dumbass.
Learn a lot on the way back down. All of that is supported by the other plane exhaust and control issues that they bring up on the way back down.
No!
On that flight too. So that's mission is
I need new
not necessarily
undies.
go to space obviously is mission, but a big part of this is figuring out how to get things back down. So, you know, definitely keep in mind the things we're going to get.
What, kid? I almost spilled my sundae.
We're going to get some great views of the plastic building up on the
Oh, I think I
spacecraft
broke
as it
something.
enters the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Way to ignore the speed limit. Ow! My neck! Learn to drive, dumbass. Bart did it.
Yeah, we're essentially right now on those final minutes of the count. I'm like looking at see a very fast ship.
Ooh, the vibration's tickling my feet.
They are very careful.
I blame society. Nothing lasts forever. Those generic villains. Ow! My neck! Oh yeah, crystal eggs and the crutch.
The bracket very clamped at engine ignition. There's
Mistakes were made.
So that's
Oh,
why
this
the
video
back
game.
engines around T-3 seconds. Staggered ignition.
Let's do this thing.
And then
Eat my
at T0
guts.
they throw on those engine and once the throttle velocity is higher than the weight and the rocket starts moving, approximately 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds after.
Can you come and get
that
me?
throttle up.
I'll pay you in
So
back
that
rubs.
is going to be the liftoff point for this mission. But you know, we still have another 7 minutes and 29 seconds to go. After that, you know, a lot of excitement building up. Not just the propellants, but that set up for things.
This is a really bad day.
Trying to contain a little bit more about the excitement and anxiousness and things. Way more than from the
Watch it!
from the events that we see from the airlines, maintenance, loaded. We need to press a little bit
I am
so yeah,
Homer. I am Homer.
great situation here.
What were you thinking?
The same, whether it's green, range is green, everything is green. So far, since the countdown, we haven't ensured that the issue at the beginning, we tried to ramp up the slow and one. That's why we had the delay, but we're far so good.
The sessions are fleeting.
All the people waiting to watch the launch.
Yeah.
So, we're fine.
It's gonna be hard to see necessarily right around there, but it's like,
Watch it, buddy.
Take
so yeah,
this.
there's a little foggy there, but they'll still get a shot. At least feel that rocket.
Ow, my
Yeah, it
ass!
looks
As
like
they say, Annenberg built here a very beautiful launch.
right. Yeah,
Let's do this thing!
the fog is being an issue for hopefully lighting up simultaneously there, or in the order in which they're supposed to.
Chest pain! Having chest pain!
So the head tank looks as though it is venting. We're at 90% fueled up for the ship and 88% for the booster. And you almost don't need a fuel gauge because you can just see that frost turning up there. What does the head tank do on Starship?
The header tanks are for the landing portion of the Starship, right? Because the advantage of that is basically at the landing part you would have a very empty tank, right? And as we know, Starship does a very, very violent maneuver at the very end, where it goes from horizontal to vertical. Now imagine a bunch of liquids inside the tank run through a 90-degree flip. You would basically have that propellant everywhere, except where you need it. So what they do is basically they have a very compressed header tank where they can extract from, and that header tank is basically just there to help them during this landing and prevent sloshing. They have other sloshing prevention as well,
it was like that when I got here.
Which basically also prevents some sloshing on the booster as they're going for so there's basically
nothing
all
lasts
kinds
forever.
of prevention that they also call the
The important thing is I'm not imagining these guys.
Implemented now, sorry, super heavy, to prevent the sloshing of liquids.
And I would say the sloshing that they may experience going through that kind of maneuver. So that's what
ow, my head!
There are so many more milestones to cross here. Of course, not going to be.
Please don't sue! Mistakes were made.
Alice, we are just down at the 30-second mark.
Well, so far so good. It looks like we fired
Take that!
few seconds of the
I'm a lean, mean speed thingy! The vibration's tickling my teeth. Coming through!
And 30 seconds later, that remains as well.
Under control!
Be ready and right for flight. FPS are
oh, come on!
launch pad systems as well for liftoff.
Eat my dust!
And hopefully, we're going to get engine ignition at 30 seconds, followed with follow-up and liftoff at T+. I'm still doing this right now. We are having 3 minutes. And now we have plans to just be spread over as well. We have plans to but, you know, there's always more systems that
Okay,
could
city boy, I'll
prevent
help you.
that in,
You just
like,
yell
you know,
into one of those
automatically
magic
all
talk
everything
boxes,
40 seconds,
and
so you
I
never
come
know.
a-running.
Yeah, we saw that.
Oh,
That's
man,
how we
them
went way
things is
back. It's
crazy.
essentially confirmation
I'm so
that
talented and good looking.
on the ship.
I'll tell you one thing, that camera view we see here is
I
not
love
gonna-
to
that
sit.
camera's not gonna survive long.
No, that camera is very much like that's what's the next level of danger. That's like
Depth cam.
Confirmation that the download is complete on the Starship, so boy, 5,000 tons of propellants on board this rocket. About to lift off in less than 2 minutes.
And we are once again here, everybody. We are
I
at
can sell this
below
on the internet.
120 seconds to a Starship potentially launching. This flew by.
Prop load is complete. Yeah, prop load is complete. I think it's happening. So we are about 1 minute and 40 seconds out. Adrian, when does the Starship's computers take over the launch count at this point?
Which will be once again similar to Falcon 9 at 1 minute. And going forward from that, if we go down the countdown, we also have a few more minor steps that we will observe here. We will have the verifying go for launch at 30 seconds. Then we have the flame deflector, the giant flame deflector system at the bottom of the rocket, which will activate at 10 seconds. And then the Raptor ignition ignite at 3 seconds. That will be a staged ignition.
I'm a
And
lean,
then
mean
at 0
speed
seconds, it will
thingy.
throttle up the Raptors above 50%. And then basically achieve a thrust to weight ratio of 0.1. And as soon as they achieve that, it's go. After that,
oh, out of control.
We're going. And we are at the just about the 40-second mark for launch. And if they were going to hold, we would probably get word of that right now. But it looks like we're passing through that. We're listening for that hold to happen. It doesn't appear to be happening. So we are 30 seconds out now.
They're going.
The launch.
they're going.
All right, so that's it, folks. We are going. So what we're going to do is at the end of the count, as we always do, we will be keeping quiet.
Go for launch.
And my heart rate's starting to go now, guys, too. My watch is about to notify me.
Watch for the deluge. Watch for the deluge. We will. The next thing we have 10 seconds. We should see deluge now.
Oh, sexy girls could be watching me on the internet. Stupid cameras. You should be
There it
smashed. I'll destroy you at your power source.
Lift off.
Sweet. If you're so smart, how come I broke you? What's this do? Whoa! I love senselessly pushing things! It's not like anyone likes these things.
Successful liftoff, gentlemen, but it looks like one engine is out, Adrian.
They lost
Stupid
one
like a
Raptor
bus.
engine so far. They are flying with 32 engines so far, which is good. Like there's some
We'll
now
clean
capability
this
on
mess
Super
up
Heavy.
later.
They should be still fine.
Go for max flight.
If you're so smart, how come I broke you?
Oh boy.
Do not press
There's
and
a-
press right away.
It's looking
It's not like
beautiful.
anyone likes these
Yes,
things.
Especially at this hour.
The engine that they lost is also on the outer ring of engines, so in theory that should
Stupid like a bus.
Streamlab.
Mars will clean this mess up later.
Because only the Center 16 started, right?
If you're so smart, how come I broke you?
Hey, looking good so far. Going down range.
Looking good.
There we are.
Finally,
I think
I
you
can
can see
get
the
some
one
sleep.
engine on the left. You can see it.
Mindless drones,
Yep.
return to your ugly families.
So let me grab the timeline here.
Oh, that was too easy.
And for those who watch Falcon launches, you'll see that those grid fins are always out on the booster.
And the interesting thing is that you'll be able to see those grid fins actually rotating ahead of hot staging because they help on the rotation of the booster. So watch out for those grid fins. Will turn.
30 seconds to maneuver. They can see the engine chill, I think, right? Going on still on the vacuum engines.
Should be coming up.
Just a second. You're not gonna get more?
That's good.
I changed the timeline a bit, by the way. Don't be wrong if the timeline changed a bit, because if one engine is out, that might change a bit of the
Grid fins are rotating. Booster engine cut off.
hot staging.
And there's the ship ignition.
Oh, look at this.
All right.
Look at the grid fin rotating back.
And booster now going for the aggressive flip and boost back burn.
Yeah, looks good.
I
on
see.
The boost back.
I see all engines so far good. That's good.
The ship, all 6 engines are lit. Going into...
And this is already better than the... well, the boost back is already looking good, right, Alex?
That's
like,
right.
the last time...
Let's see what happens. Also, watch out for the hot staging ring jettison as well.
Oh yeah, I want to see if that happens during the flip.
Let's see what happens. We're coming up on that end. You can see there on the speed. It's now coming back.
3 engines.
All
Down.
right.
Yep.
I love that sequence of how they shut things down.
And shut down of all engines. And now let's wait for if they actually deploy doing a rotation. You can see the start of the rotation.
Oh, there you go. Look at that.
There we go. Yes, exactly that.
That means
they're doing that because the difference in like mass makes it now float away. It's kind of like a stalling.
There, the thrusters firing on the methane tank on the top as the booster rotates. So it's essentially sort of what we expected, right? That it will be jettisoned during the flip. Meanwhile, the ship is going into that near orbital speed. So everything, we had just that one single Raptor on the way up, but it still can do the job. It's a multi-engine vehicle. It can still do the job even if it loses one engine on the way up. Boost back burn looked to be good so far. I don't know about you guys, but it looked well. Starship,
so
Ship
now
29, continuing with its burn.
Now the important next question will be, of course we had a successful boost back burn.
Exactly.
And there will not be an entry burn. That's the one thing we need to point out here. Super Heavy does not perform an entry burn, but there will be a landing burn. And this is the simulated catch. This is what they are wanting to try here. So get ready for that simulated catch, and we want to see, correct me if I'm wrong here, Alex, all center engines, basically everything but the outer ring should ignite.
Yeah, exactly. All 13 engines will ignite for the landing burn. Just real quick before we go into the super heavy action, I gotta acknowledge the fact that I don't see any major tile loss on Ship 29, by the way.
Oh, true.
It's very clean.
Everything. This is amazing.
We should be seeing already those quick fins on Super Heavy starting to wiggle as the booster is already passing through 60 kilometers. So it's about to hit the super parts of the atmosphere.
The timeline is a bit later than it was initially planned. Oh,
look at that!
That's the forward dome, right?
You can see on the right above the engine,
the Griffin motor
for the ship. You can see the motors turning. Oh my lord!
Yeah,
awesome.
Look at that.
That's the Griffin motors, right? That's the steering.
Oh, look at that!
Look at that one.
Look at that!
Camera. Woohoo!
So every time
look at the speed. The speed is going now down as it hits
landing burn should start up very soon here.
Yeah. Watch out for that engine.
And we want to see
traffic.
13 healthy engines.
Yeah.
I think.
Look at that contrail.
Oh, look at that!
Come on, Mr.
1,500.
That grid fin's working really hard there.
It's giving it everything, and I think yes, we have.
There we go.
I see 13. I see 13.
No, there's one out.
Oh,
12.
One out.
Down
12.
to 3.
12.
Down to 3.
And
And
there was some.
That's water. That's water.
It's landing. It's landing on the water.
Splashdown.
Please. Oh my lord. Mr. 11 landing on the ocean, and there goes the tumble.
There it goes. But that was what they were hoping for, right? So that result was what they were hoping for.
Landing of Mr. 11.
Ship has entered.
And somebody asked earlier, where does
terminal guidance? That means it is now on close guidance, trying to target that near orbital trajectory.
Okay, that's half the stage so far down.
Right. Back shut down.
AVAC shut down.
Sinners.
And the centers burn a bit more.
Yep. And
so if we can unpack for a second what we saw.
And
there we go.
Shut down.
Shut down.
Once again, Starship makes it into, well, not full orbit, but near orbital trajectory.
Right. Close enough. And
that means
there you go. Nominal orbital insertion.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit too early to celebrate, but if everything goes well now, we have a high chance of once again seeing some spicy re-entry.
There's definitely, it's already committed to a re-entry, right? It's already in that trajectory. Now the point of Ship 29 is to control its attitude. It's probably like me right now that I have to control my excitement, I guess, my attitude as well. This is so exciting. We had that booster splashdown, and now that ship back in orbit. Boy, that's amazing.
Now I did see some debris coming off of that booster on the way back down, so I'm sure they'll be looking at that. But it looks as though if they were trying to catch the booster, they probably would have been able to there.
Yeah, I mean, we had one engine out. Sorry, there's always this. There's this wave energy.
That's also the thing with the booster landing burn, that it lost one engine on the landing burn. It had 12 engines actually instead of 13, and still it made it. Oh, are those tracking views of the ship from the ground?
That's
after
sick.
that, the booster was able to do its boost back burn. Oh, this looks like we're actually getting some views from the ground still, potentially from Florida, of the ship as it's up there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a view from some of our tracking cameras on the ground in Florida. But the ship, we just heard successful orbital insertion, so it's right where it needs to be, and is now going to continue on its way to coast until it comes to re-entry. But I mean, the booster, successful boost back burn, jettison the hot stage, and then a landing burn. It looked like we saw 12 of the 13 engines light up, and then that first ever soft splashdown in the water. So a whole lot still to come. Ship now on its way to its primary objective of entry. That's going to be coming up in just under 40 minutes from now. So a lot still to come, but wow, what a 9 minutes to start this mission off.
And
so SpaceX sounding pretty positive there. Yeah, go ahead, Adrian.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have a treat for you, everybody, because we like to celebrate special milestone with special clubs. Our clubs are here, and this time we go swimming because it's summer, it's hot. So with the splashdown of the booster successfully in the water, we have some released merch that just popped up. I'm waiting for it to pop up here. Okay. But we have. Yep, I'm waiting for it.
You know what's also coming? The ship is coming down, right? Because it's already committed to that entry.
Oh yeah.
I cannot wait for those views of re-entry.
We are. It looks good so far. Well, talking about commentator things.
You know, we were
that's
talking
normal.
about
That's normal. Don't worry about it.
Yes, it's okay. Sometimes they lose a bit of signal here and there. It's also using Starlink, right? So it's very experimental. I guess today was like testing the engine capability of the Starship. We saw Flight 1 engines being lost left, right, and center. That was bad. Today is an example of, okay, they lost one engine on the way out, they lost one engine on the landing burn, and still did.
Oh my god!
Falcon 9. So the thing with Falcon 9 is it could lose an engine on the way up, and it would still do the work on the way up, but not on the landing, whereas it took heavy
Here we go.
The landing, so here is the merge celebrating that landing. Go ahead.
The Super Heavy Swim Club. If you want to join that swim club, it's now available at shop.masterspace.com. Thank you much for bringing that up. And
still have
a very, very, very small amount of flight.
Excellent.
So if you want to grab your last one of that while you get this, make sure that this is the way how you can support us.
Harder than it is.
Again, this is just about to sell out. I'm basically probably removing this like after I say this. So thanks everybody for supporting us. I don't want to talk too long about the merge here, but I want to make sure that it's the way how we can make sure everything in this works. Again, shirts, everything available at shop.masterspace.com if you like this, and that's the way how we can all keep doing this. Thank you so much.
Bearded cartoon creator incarcerated in a Peruvian jail.
Do we have some?
In other news, local citizens are outraged over the discovery of surveillance cameras throughout the town. We go now to City Hall, where Mayor Quimby is fielding questions from an angry mob.
Okay, we have no views.
These miniature cameras are an outrage. Spying on our women's dressing rooms, bathrooms, and locker rooms is unforgivable. I think I speak for all Springfielders when I say, where is the sexy footage?
In other unexplained news, strange black vans have been appearing all over town.
The booster returned successfully.
Marge, that black van is spying on us.
You know, again, just because they don't have video,
You're so sexy when you're paranoid.
The speed and altitude is changing. That is live telemetry from the ship. They just don't have live video. So those two things go in different channels. So yeah. Did we see the chopsticks move at all? Now that I've seen the chopstick, yeah, they closed. They're closed.
Was there a
the
hardware
vibration
demonstration
tickling my
on the
feet.
chopsticks as well?
No, operating to pull it.
It was low, not fast enough for catch. I'm hearing from the voice of some presence in my head.
I am evil Homer.
But I would imagine
I am evil Homer.
Of the actual movement, right? That's part of the system.
Yeah, the point that I will make here, though, is they moved, which they don't normally do.
Lousy, rotten karmic retribution.
Couple of hours, but this in previous attempts. One thing that you can see, I'm scrolling through right now, is that they closed at the time of the booster catch when that happened. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that they were indeed testing the catch on those chopsticks.
Yeah. So
because they closed, like I'm looking through, and yeah, they closed at the time of the catch.
I feel like the odds of seeing a catch on Flight 5 are like I'm not saying it's confirmed yet, but they're certainly rising.
They're a lot closer, right? because we've not seen a controlled
I'm not a very good driver
into the ocean before. So that was a major milestone reached here. And for those of you just tuning in, we are plus now 17 minutes
Please don't zoom.
From a successful launch of Starship, and we have already witnessed the controlled re-entry of the booster section into the ocean, where it landed on the water and stayed upright for a period of time, and that part is complete. Now, Starship is essentially in a suborbital zone here. It is essentially in space, more or less. And we are waiting
Mr.
now
Burns
for
is
the
behind
next
all
stage of
this.
this test flight
Evil
and
spying is
reacquisition
so
of
like
its
him,
video
that
signal,
wrinkled
although we
old
have
monkey
data coming
skeleton.
in there at the bottom.
We're number one! We're number one!
Yes, right now it's in that coast phase, heading on its almost orbital trajectory to the Indian Ocean. It should re-enter over the Indian Ocean about about 47 minutes after liftoff. So essentially 30 minutes from now. It still has a bit of a trip to get to that place. They keep not having video link, but they still have telemetry. It's clear on the bottom. Speed and altitude is still changing. They still have data. But hopefully we can get back the video. They can get that, and we can see those awesome views from space. But
Mr. Burns is spying on everybody.
Remember, we
We've
didn't
got
have
to
any
follow him.
Views,
Not now, Homer. A new violent video
plus
game
1
has hit
minute
the
or so.
streets,
So
and we need to
hopefully
get
we
rid
get
of it
something,
before it warps any children with
this
its
time
bloops
around.
and bleeps.
But that
Ooh,
game
what's
sounds
this?
awesome.
And therefore should
that's
be
the replay
destroyed.
of-
I guess.
That's the replay of the team reactions.
Oh my lord.
Piece of cake.
That's me saying 33, but then I look at the
That's my shock. You can
Nice girls,
you can see
finish
the
fast. Zero guys aren't gonna like that.
Eat my dust.
No time for caution.
I'm looking forward to see our reaction to you ending. That was a bit more violent, I can tell you
Women
that.
drivers aren't very good.
Yeah, I saw some debris
Move it.
up there towards the end.
Oh my goodness. What are you thinking?
That was so like, this is just absolutely very
Mistakes were made.
Jumping. It was about tracking. Come on, move to this.
Nice
we don't have
girls,
signals
finish
right now from
fast.
space, that's why we
Let's
can show
do
it.
this thing.
Move it or lose it, Buster. Look, no hands. My bad.
I am evil
Look at the team
Homer.
on the hotel,
I am
like
evil
4 or 5
Homer.
people just standing next to each other tracking.
Not very good at this. Cautiously, wildly accelerating. I just had that painted. Are you blind?
Woohoo! I'm a little mean speed thingy.
I remember the last space shuttle launch that I went to, we went right into the clouds.
Get that whoop-de-wing off the
4
road.
seconds. And while we wait for telemetry
Okay, Mark, stick to the plan.
Starship, I want to continue to thank everyone who supported our efforts today. All of this, you can see messages from people who purchased merch in the store.
Okay, that's a lot, dude.
My bad.
I didn't do it.
I hope I don't have to pay for that.
Ooh, the vibration's tickling my feet.
Your support.
You almost nicked me.
You just saw takes a lot
Mark
of
did it.
effort and a lot
And
of
this is over.
If only kids would play more video games about sharing.
Mark, you know I abhor crazy plans.
We had an
Well,
awesome
if you'll
mini
excuse me, I have to go
documentary
spy on my
that kind of
boss.
showed you the passion of our
King of the
has
world!
for this,
Are
this
you little?
effort, and it was really fun to watch that. So, Adrian, why don't we recap where we're at right now? We are T plus 20 minutes. Starship is in a suborbital trajectory in space, and what else is going on?
Well,
Well, we have.
Can you come and get me?
We
I'll pay
are
you in
waiting
back
basically
rubs.
now for the ship to to reach that re-entry part, which is what we expected about.
Where am I gonna put all
26
these?
minutes from now.
Vengeance will be
Interesting
mine.
thing now that SpaceX will at some point hopefully confirm is if the editing control system is still working. Alex, go with that.
Yeah, apparently they were saying that they do.
Let's see you do better.
In terms of the video, they have 11 internal cameras are transmitting, figuring out why external cameras aren't. So it seems like they do have video signal, which is that
Lousy, rotten karmic retribution.
yeah, they don't have any of those amazing external views.
And last time we were remarking how amazing Starship was to not only give us those external views so well, but also to have them continue to work right through the re-entry process. And that's what we were holding out to see that. Because what we should see, just like we saw last time, is the plasma building up on the side of the spacecraft underneath it as it enters the atmosphere. So hopefully we get everything working before that point. So, Alex, what's going on right now as it posts? Because there's obviously things they're doing, collecting data. What are what's Starship doing right now?
I think. So sorry, just I think there's a check and feedback readable.
Hey, Homer. You look like you're having one of your trademark adventures.
Danger! Mr. Burns!
Hello!
Mini cameras! Black vans!
Oh, good thing I'm drunk.
It was loud.
Stupid drunk.
Oh
no, he's going to
could
warn
not see
Burns.
anything.
I can't believe I'm racing the
but
same
the
guy
audio
twice in one
experience
day.
Was there. It was probably about 30
It's
seconds
scratching
to launch.
time.
Just barely.
As soon as I'm
clear
done
enough
scratching
that they were
myself, your
oh, wait,
history.
I think the pad is right there because it was the slightly darker spot of fog.
I have no
We just heard
insurance.
cameras at the very last second, and we had some blowing for about at most 10 seconds. That was the totality of our launch experience. But I will say, up here, I do believe that I heard something that registered well after we watched the stream as it came down to that soft.
Wow, this car sure can take a beating.
We were trying to listen out, and I thought I heard a noise coming from the water.
So maybe it's I mean, it's what 20 kilometers away. That's not that's not impossible to hear. It's a rocket, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have definitely heard Falcon 9 launches from the St. Cloud area around
Stay on target.
Orlando.
Stay on target.
It's a really quiet day, so
And people
I totally
say I'm
believe that,
slow. Wait a minute. That was an insult.
Homer, go boom! She said, "Hey, this is why I wanted to get your feeling on what it felt like. Not so you hear it, but did you feel the sound wave?
Go! 2, 4, 6, 8. You suck. I'm great. Da 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 da. You I hate.
that I've been sort of around a larger structure, so this is my first time really, at least hearing all the different objects around me being vibrated by it, and then feeling the ground just a little bit more than you do if you're standing on the solid ground.
Oh no, I have a wedgie.
Yeah.
So I just did the math, and 12 Raptor 2 engines are even louder, or should be more powerful because it's that they follow around. So if anyone can hear from him is loud, you should be able to hear that signal.
I blame society. Nothing lasts forever.
Can we just put that quickly into context? The landing curve is more powerful than Falcon Heavy. What?
Yeah, it's equivalent to 32 rolling engines.
And the next thing we're going to use at T40, so we should see
yeah, T-47 minutes and 25 seconds. That's the ship entry.
Homer hates losing! Homer smash!
Thing. So that's why I'm not looking at the camera for you guys up here. I've got to keep track before we are.
We have a lot of information floating out at the same time. So
I have a question for Lee though.
T. Montgomery Burns, I know you're guilty.
Are you going to be there for the catch?
Sir?
Fine, I admit it. I had Amelia Earhart's plane
catch
shot
on the
down.
next one.
That hussy was getting too big for her jumpers.
No, you're
I don't
spying
know.
on Springfield
I
with
hope
your
so.
black
I
vans
will
and
try to be
surveillance
as
cameras.
close as
Black
possible and
vans?
have as many cameras.
Aren't they connected with
as
some sort
close
of
as possible
pizziola
around the
concern?
pad
What?
Because
They were only pizza
the last
vans.
two launches
I'm
for
a
me
class
have been
5 idiot.
mediocre,
Smithers,
I will
release
say,
the hounds.
camera view wise.
And if this oaf
So
is an
if I can
employee of the
get
plant,
all my
fire
cameras
him at
up
once.
close to try to capture
Everyone,
a
just
landing
but
attempt
me.
whenever that happens. I'm in. I'll be there.
I cannot wait
Quickly-
for your footage. Go ahead, Adrian.
Quickly want to also acknowledge your amazing behind the scenes video. We
Yes.
saw that earlier, and this was probably one of the closest I ever came to tearing up on an NSF stream.
Wow.
So
Thank you. Thank you.
that was an amazing video, and I really enjoyed that. So thank you so much for that.
Oh, of course.
Look at
I'm
that.
glad to share those moments.
Less than 30
looks like
minutes after launch, people are back on the roadblock.
On the pad. Yeah. So the cops are back on the LBJ road there. So it looks like they're getting ready to inspect the launch site post-launch. And now this is the fourth launch.
I gotta get the new Bone Stormer. I'll be as uncool as Millhouse. I'm standing right here, Bart. Hey, that's great. You better get out of here, Bart. Principal Skinner's looking for everyone that skipped school today. And when you're caught, it's expulsion, Bart.
Starship destroying most of the
Expulsion.
surrounding area has been rectified here, so we'll be seeing people
Bart
moving in pretty
Simpson
soon, it looks
at
like.
your
So if you're just
service.
tuning in, we are T plus almost 29 minutes. We do
Why
not
do these
have
stupid
video
things make me feel
imagery
so
from
good?
Starship just yet, but we're going to be getting it back shortly. And what we should see when we get that footage back is
time.
really the primary goal of this mission, which is to test all of the re-entry systems of Starship. That includes the thermal heat tiles, looking at how the ship can maneuver on its way down, and hopefully have a control slap, if you will, into the Indian Ocean. And we did see earlier a controlled
I'll get you, Bart, just like I got Charlie and Dan.
Afraid not.
Afraid so.
Afraid not.
Afraid so. Dan, your lightning fast wit. I'll educate you a new one.
Jump to light speed. I didn't do it.
Using this enormous launch system. So far,
Fire in the hole.
part of the mission seems
Oh yeah, baby, bring it on.
successful. Definitely a step along from where we were last time. The third round right now on what will happen with Starship.
Watch the master. Oh, this is too cool for school. Smell you later, Stink Gator. Killer. Out of the way, wannabe.
Of course. Yeah, thank you for having me, and yeah, I'll definitely be making lots more of those, and I'll see you next time.
Too late, losers. I got
All right,
last
well, hopefully the
game.
fog clears a little bit so you can
4-finger
see the aftermath
discount.
there, and, we're looking at
Some
it right
crazy
here.
lady destroyed all the rest.
When will they learn? Video games don't kill people, they just kill their minds. Give it up for America's bad boy.
I think the best testament of how well this pad fared liftoff was that movement of the chopsticks. That I'm already calling it. They were testing the catch there. It was
You're all mine.
Only getting close to pace.
Safe and sound.
It was about 7 minutes when they started to
When are they
close.
gonna get that
so,
new game?
Who cares?
that
Video
was
games
at
are
the
so
time
late
of the release
90s.
of the
Illegal
booster.
fireworks are all the rave now.
But yeah,
Better
it
make it
seems
snappy though if you want to be
fine.
part of this
Rest of
trend.
The OLM is also, fine as well. People came back to the roadblock 30
Fine
less
by
than 30
me.
minutes after liftoff. So, so far so good. Maybe they can launch really fast.
I just know I'm gonna be blamed for this.
9 minutes of work from the next major milestone, which is the beginning of the entry. So there we go.
Eat my dust, dust eaters.
From Control Room, we have another special guest joining us by popular demand. So now we're going to pop up on surprise guest. Oh, look, it's Dust.
Surprise guest. How is it a surprise when I'm on the screen? How does that work?
Easy peasy.
It's
Time for some road.
lunch. I know you're
Bart, 1 box of your finest quality Chinese frog launchers, please.
Here you go, 2 kilos of Chinese sky candy. They'll
We
blow
sort of
you
saw it
away.
going. The plume is so bright, like it burned through the fog just a
How about
little
a hard
bit.
one next time?
But we only got a few
Let's
seconds
hit
of
the
visibility.
town.
But the sound, I don't know. This is like a thing it's a theme for rocket launches. But sometimes when your visibility is not as good because there's fog or there's clouds or whatever, that additional mass of humidity in the
Sorry,
air
Bart.
transmits
I can't
the
serve
sound
both
better.
to a minor. It
So
ain't
when
right.
you
I'm
sort
hearing
of
about
get like you
fireworks.
lose out
Oh,
on the
hell yeah.
visuals, the auditory experience is enhanced sometimes. And let me tell you about the auditory experience we had, because that was the experience we had, was the auditory experience today. But anyways, that was fantastic to hear. And we were talking up here. The NSF team that rolls out and does all of these different things. We've got people all over. We've got cameras all over. So I'm sitting here, and on the one hand, I'm a little bummed I didn't see it.
Oh, for
excited
Bart.
that I got to hear it.
Woo,
It
nice
sounded
one.
really amazing. But we had fantastic views
Whoa,
because there were so many
wicked.
cameras and so much work that went into it. So I'm cool. I'm a little bummed. There's never mind, right? But I'm also excited because we had a fantastic launch, and it's still going right now. Like Starship, it's still on
About 7 minutes away from the
1
next
dozen of your
milestone,
best
the T
Tijuana toilet
plus
crackers,
40.
my good man.
And we hope to
Here you go,
reacquire
kid
some
dude.
signals
Now
there.
don't blow your
And
hand
Gus, you know,
off.
I hear
Or
that
do.
our
What do I
rapid
care?
turnaround on photography is still rapidly turning around, and we actually have a metal print already of flight towards liftoff at shop.nasasspaceflight.com. So the team is cranking away here. You guys can get a good view. We did get views from other places that we were there, so good stuff.
That's okay. We supported, if that's the close-in view of the liftoff that Sean got from a Danger trailer, we supported that. We got the trailer out there. We got the uplinks all ready to go. The power, like everything. It's all a team effort to get that stuff working. So the metal print exists because we all
No
work together to
problemo.
make it exist. So I'm pretty trying to see if we can see the metal print, but
Ralph, word in the hood is that you got access to your old man's fireworks stash.
Fireworks make my ears
Already
yell.
available.
Here's some gumdrops.
So
Now make
that's
with the
how quick
works.
it
My daddy's
turns
going to
around.
put
This is
you
why
in
it's so
jail.
important to get
Bye.
things like danger trailers so close to the pad, because
Fireworks,
the
eh?
velocity, what it was,
You're
you
looking
get
at
that
5 life
distance there, so you can
sentences
see
of community service.
This is bad, this is bad, this is bad.
So rapid turnaround here. I'm sure we've got more in the hopper already. So good stuff.
definitely going to be
totally
forthcoming.
awesome.
And that's another trick. Like one of our NSF party tricks is being able to get those shots back before you can access the camera. Like back in my day, you had to go physically to the camera and get yes, that's right. Out. And then you could look at it.
I fought the law and I won. The Bart man knows all.
So one of the party tricks that we put a lot of resources into working on is the ability to get those shots off the camera before we can
Oh, this is too cool for school.
We still have more things coming in from other shots, from the cameras that were out there, and we'll share them as soon as they come in.
Hey, Job of the Fat, you know where I can get a copy of Bone Storm 2?
Yes, I have no time to converse with you. I must be the first to register my disgust on the internet regarding the new McBain film. The action was dismal, and the nudity was frustratingly fleeting. I barely got going.
We were hanging out, we were all trying to be quiet, we were like excited that
Yes,
the
I
launch was still
suppose,
going,
but
but we
must
were
we
also
call
sort
it
of
that?
like listening, and we're like, oh, be quiet, so our mic's recorded. I don't know if our mic's actually
No
recorded,
problemo.
but here on the roof, some long amount of time after everything had happened, we heard a
Why, I oughta.
and we
Aw, loser.
And just where do you think you are going?
And we felt like we might be hearing the booster doing booster things. I guess inaugurating the Simpsons Swim Club out a couple weeks ago.
Please watch out, I am college educated. Direct hit. I need more power.
Don't have a cow, man.
And Alex did the math, and we did here.
Really?
Oh,
You
fine.
should
Yeah,
have
I
heard me
told you
because
rule.
I did the math and it should be equivalent to 32
Warp speed.
an approximate amount of engines. It's Falcon Heavy. So if you can
I'm
get
just
Falcon
getting into the
20
groove.
miles out or 20 miles, like at that point, Falcon Heavy doesn't really matter if it's 20 miles
You
or 20
got it.
kilometers. It's just very powerful and it's very loud. 20 miles or 20 kilometers is still.
Great, now I'm losing.
That's the word, right? You can still hear it. So if you can hear that, you should be able to hear something
I blame no one.
at 12.
Whoa, wicked.
Sure.
Hey, Hey, you were supposed to eat my dust. What's my name? Booyah! You cheated, cheater!
I spilled my squishy.
We had the stream up on the screens here.
Oh, now come on!
Over here.
Woo, nice one!
The screen. Oh, go back to the camera. Oh, wait, we should turn the microphone.
Whee!
Yeah, there's a cable here, and I had to go around this cable every single time so that I wouldn't,
I'm happy to report that your quest for Bone Storm 2 is quite futile. Professor Frink posted a message on my news group, alt.furryanimals.fanfiction.net, that he has bought up all the remaining video games.
We should be seeing those very shortly. So yeah, we're about 3 minutes.
Thank you not to moan in my mid-sized vehicle.
So we
and the crowd goes wild.
Yeah, this is actually one of the cameras that is not on the flap. The one that we saw from Flight 3 was one that was in the flap. This is in the body of the ship near the nose cone. Actually, it's below the nose cone section. There's like a box with multiple cameras looking in different directions, and there's one looking at the forward flap. This is the forward flap there of the ship. The one on the right-hand side of the ship, if you can imagine.
Okay, this might be me looking for things, but
this is Bart Simpson requesting one pimp ride ASAP.
It's not spinning.
Time to ride.
Well, I remember last time I asked over if it was barbecue.
Take that!
It was spinning last time. This is a much different.
You know what is also holding, I was just going to mention this before with that, but it's listed on the cameras and everything that we have in the field, and we told that our trailer has everything on hold, good condition of the they all survived.
I gotta play Bone Storm 2. Give me one!
So. No can do, my pointy-headed friend. I need the power of video game violence to run my latest invention / monster. If you find me a World War II communication radio and a satellite, then my creation will live, and we can play with it and enjoy the frolic.
Oh, cool. Real violence is way better than TV violence. It's like a level boss come to life.
With the booster touching down, I would say the booster has not triggered a mishap so far. Based on my knowledge about mishap investigations, the booster probably did not trigger a mishap so far. And they have a lot of outs on the ship. Oh, well, engine
Bart
outs.
Simpson at your service.
Well, we'll see. But the ship has a lot of outs on mishaps where they don't trigger a mishap. And so...
If you remember the new rules,
yeah, like...
the agreement with the FAA that if, after engines fail on the way down, they don't really count as a mishap. It's like within safety corridors and things like that.
But one failed going out.
All right.
That's right.
Is that like I'm pretty sure it's not a mishap yet. I feel relatively
Eat my
okay,
dust, dust eaters.
That this might not be a mishap yet, and the ship is now the interesting part, because if the ship fails normally during re-entry, basically through failure of fuel, that should not trigger a mishap
totally
based on the FAA updates. So that would mean, yes, they could launch as early as they have the next stack ready, which, I mean, let's be real, 3, 4, yeah, like 3, 4, 5 weeks from now, we could see another Starship, so I hope everybody in the team is ready for another good time of preparing for assets.
Right. That's right. It's going to become a very busy cadence here, and they build these
Springfield's
rockets
lame. What's the deal?
Didn't you hear? Herman's been robbed. Hey, you don't know who did it, do you? Because if you did, boy, that would be great.
Oh, no. Now where am I going to get a radio?
These fresh skid marks leading away from the scene of the crime could be a clue. But who's to say?
Oh, I'm with you. Can you hear me?
There we are. Yes. So what was it like out there, Jack? Can you hear us?
The sound was exceptional. I will say that. The sound was really delightful. We had a few isolated little holes in the clouds, so we did get to see it ascend and pitch down range. It was pretty amazing, honestly, but right now is, in a lot of ways, the most exciting part of flight. Starship is about to start re-entering the atmosphere.
Hey, Snake, what's up?
And the big question
do I
is,
know you, little dude?
I need that radio you borrowed.
No way, little dude.
I'm
this
excited.
radio
I'm
is going
excited
to help
see
me
that
score
plasma
BOQ Day
glow
chicks.
start forming around the flaps.
Last
Go
time
ahead,
I
Alex.
checked, chicks like fast cars, not Ninja Electronics. Why don't we race for the
Do you see
radio?
that attitude?
Oh, I
that
totally
pass right now,
agree
it is
to your
positioning
proposal.
itself on a high-pitch angle for that reentry.
Is that...
Oh, there's the animation.
That is the animation.
Move it or lose it,
Space X of what
tool.
you should expect.
It's like 60 to 70 degrees inclined, right? That's
That was
about the
expensive.
angle of attack we are looking at.
At least so far, a few years ago from here, it was like 70 degrees or something like that. So that's what we expecting in terms of the angle of attack of the ship.
I can't wait to see if they get this far. I really want to see if they get that far, and I really hope that if they do get that far, there are some epic views from SpaceX of that behavior. Because it's been, I mean, what? How many years? 2 years?
Man,
3
this
years
sucks.
since we've seen a Starship do a flip of
Loser.
Man, I can't
Exciting!
wait. I'm being reminded
It's
in the
completely
back channel.
crazy.
This is
Time
like
for some road rage.
Also,
Bart Simpson style.
Attack.
That's right. Well,
It's a very
That didn't break my memory card. All
When we
right.
watched this the last time, we were seeing a lot of rotation. This is, it looks as though it's
Chill
entering
out,
the
dude.
atmosphere
You must-
very close to the way that animation just showed us. So that's a good starting point. It's
Fine
always
by
good
me.
to start with a stable profile, and it looks like that's what we have here.
Ah, there's the flap.
There we go.
The other camera.
Yeah, look at how stable it is. Like,
Yeah.
it's just gliding.
Wouldn't be too much
basically
trouble. I
heat
really
shield
need a new
forward
car.
here.
Right.
Watch out for the altitude. You remember on the last flight, that's enough. As soon as it hit 100
It's a really bad day.
We'll see.
Yeah.
How'd you like the newspaper upside?
And the
Huge shout out to the API and software teams and everybody that's been working with us. We're getting more cameras on Starship. Not just because it looks cool, but this provides an incredible insight into re-entry, which is, historically a really
nice
tough
one.
window to look through. The physics of re-entry are insanely intense. One of my favorite NASA astronauts, Victor Glover, recently described it as with the forces, the flows, the temperatures, it's like pointing at a raging river in one spot saying, tell me exactly what's happening right there. And like that's what a ship is experiencing as it goes through. It's moving through the atmosphere at more than 5 miles a second and heating up to thousands of degrees. So just having visual representation, just being able to see what's happening is incredibly valuable. So these views are going to be through Starlink. We've got this one. This is
Full speed
one of the
ahead.
forward flaps looking back. So if you see it rotating around, it's because again it's embedded
Hey,
in one of those
Springfield's
forward
lamest.
flaps.
What's the deal?
So as we get through and
Let's
we start
roll.
to build up density in the atmosphere, this view is going to move around as the flap does.
Mine. All mine.
The other one we had a little bit earlier is looking at one of the other forward flaps on the other side. Eventually we're going to keep adding more cameras to Starship, get a couple of different views from the outside of all the different areas.
Out of my way, man.
So eventually you'll be able to see payloads once they're
There you go.
There it comes.
Here it comes.
Oh, yeah.
this is
We're in
looking-
for something here.
Yes,
Hey,
we are.
Snake,
And
what's up?
This is looking a lot better than it did last time. So we are stable.
Stable. It's very stable.
It was very interesting. It was very interesting to see already.
Don't forget to ride.
Effects of the atmospheric flag very high up.
As the ship is getting closer to the Earth's atmosphere. Now, let's talk a little bit about how Starship will survive the water.
Exactly. We've been talking about this entire flight test. There's 18,000 hexagonal ceramic tiles surrounding the bottom portion or the Earth-facing side of the ship.
Aw, loser.
Great call-outs there. Now, during atmospheric reentry, vehicles will
Whoa!
see temperatures as high as 2,600 degrees Fahrenheit or over 1,400 degrees Celsius. So those tiles are there to protect the vehicle from this extreme.
So
stable.
Will help control it. Now,
This is insane.
And remember last time when we watched this, a lot of the plasma was building up on that fin that we're seeing.
Now to find a satellite dish. Who has
it gets
those
about-
anymore? I know,
seeing it on
like
the belly,
trash.
which is where you want it to be.
I'm so going to pistol whip you.
Are we calling this stable? This looks really stable.
This is
Yeah, they're confirming
stable.
stable re-entry.
Yeah, like, look, there's no movement.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And what's amazing...
Wow.
That's so
we're getting
beautiful.
video.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I wish there was a camera in front of it filming it. Jack?
Hey, man, you launched me in
Hey, you know what? We could all fit on this
going
one.
up the nose, and it is within expected numbers.
Oh, so we good? So you're saying we good?
We might get to see a flip and burn.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think it's looking...
Don't get excited yet. The hard part is still to come.
Right.
This
try to
goes
see
on
that
for
speed
20
going
minutes.
Because that speed
This goes on.
well down, right? It's
Yeah, this
still
goes
near
on
where
for
we-
17 minutes.
Wow. That is a lot of... a lot can go wrong in that in that time span, but this is what this mission's all about. This mission was exactly what we're here to see right this minute, which is, can Starship survive a re-entry and have a controlled, in this case, a controlled splashdown, but in the very near future, a controlled grab.
Oh, look at how hot it now gets. Like, you can
It is
see how
hot.
the plasma gets more and more dominant of the exposure. Ooh.
Oh.
Wow.
Awesome view that we have here.
This is the same view that we had when we first returned from the coast phase. Again, this is looking at the side of one of the flaps. It's incredible that literally at the bottom of this picture, we're basically looking through plasma, which is just absolutely mind-blowing.
Wild, very wild. Now we are expecting entry to begin here in about 30 seconds or so. Entry to splashdown is expected to last about 6 minutes long. And that flip maneuver should occur around about 10 minutes before splashdown. And such incredible views that we're getting.
Approaching peak heating region.
Ooh, great call-outs there.
And yeah, these views are absolutely
Look behind it. Look behind it.
Continue to rise within expected region.
And in your bottom right-hand corner, you can
You can see
also
the
follow
leading
along with the
edges there.
altitude of ship as it's returning back to Earth.
Look at that plasma building up on the flap.
So once again,
And look, now you see, look at speed. Look at the speed. It's now starting to
now
bleed.
It's going down. It's going down very, very fast. Because now it reaches peak heating, converts all of that speed into heat, and it goes down and down and down in speed. So, fingers crossed.
And it's still, I mean, we're not seeing a lot of reference points here, but it still looks stable.
Yeah.
I mean, at least from the
This is
telemetry data.
insane.
Oh, there we go. Peak heating.
All right,
region.
great news there, telling us
Heating
that this is basically the hottest point that Starship should get during its re-entry. Now, the heat shield is working with the atmosphere for some free braking. Okay, the atmosphere is helping to slow the Starship down.
Yeah, exactly. We're not using any engines or thrust to slow the vehicle down. Exactly what Kate mentioned. We're just using the atmosphere and those heat shield tiles protecting the vehicle as it's coming through that high heat temperature.
Yeah. Now, this is another one of those moments that we have been for. Right now, the ship is currently re-entering the Earth's atmosphere, and by all looks and all call-outs that we're hearing on the net, it is doing pretty well. Now, we do not plan to recover the spacecraft today, but rapid and reusable...
Because SpaceX, baby.
I mean, this is insane.
Look
It's
at that
bleeding
smoking.
off
Look at
speed.
that.
Oh,
Look at
that
that
is...
speed.
It's already past the point.
Every time I think I've seen the most beautiful image that they've ever broadcast live, somehow they show another more beautiful image. Yeah, this is absurd. This is absurd.
This is the first time we see something like this. Every other spacecraft.
Eat asphalt eaters!
You just plasma pass by. This is actually the plasma interacting with the cloud and the body of the vehicle.
Oops. Eat asphalt world eaters? Whoa, wicked!
We can see so I was just going to say oh, that is great news. Oh, the temperature is no longer going.
I don't remember this being here before.
We have a little bit of information that tells us that this is indeed
Hey there, Mr. Slackjaw Yokel.
So once again, we're looking
Can I borrow your satellite dish?
Sure, if you help me scoop up my flat meat, sophisticated city youngster. Those darn revenuers don't like me selling roadkill.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
I mean, just to recap what we just heard, they confirmed temperatures are no longer increasing, which means they are at peak heating.
Look at the altitude. It's been very stable so far. I think they're just holding it at that altitude and just slowing down as it keeps being at 68 meters.
Yeah, you can see the speed is just scrubbing off.
They're kind of using the upper parts of the atmosphere where it's not as thick, because if you go lower, of course, the drag would increase, you would get more heating. Right. So they're kind of like surfing. They're kind of like surfing all up here and just get the speed lower. It's insane.
And that's one way to manage this, right? Is to control how quickly you re-enter the atmosphere to keep the heating under control. I remember the shuttle would basically skid into the air, right? And on the way down to
would do those big S-turns.
Right.
You see some sparks sometimes.
So stability as well. It's like super stable.
What a gorgeous machine. Just using its size to its advantage to bleed off as much energy as possible.
You got real pretty acceleration.
How is this real?
Yeah, can you comment on how utterly rock solid this is? Obviously it dropped down on the launch we did that and then it came back. Holy cow. That blue wisp or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, it's purple. I saw that in the shot. Holy cow. Holy cow.
Oh, look at the blue. Look at that.
Oh, no, I got 5 hound dogs in here.
Oh, it's
Time to lay some rubber down.
We talked about this.
Real fast.
We have talked about this for
Jump
years.
to light speed.
For years. Oh my God. What is it?
It's the sparks like the chocolate.
Better than the movie box.
Look at the unlooting it of the flag. It's like,
Is that bird? I'm not sure.
yeah.
How long did it take? I mean, I guess we're still at 65 kilometers.
I'm done lost in my wheel.
I didn't do it.
This is going on for 10 minutes more.
Come on, just a few more seconds.
For being completely unprofessional in this commentary here, but how can you not?
Just give me a second to catch my breath.
There's a time for professional and there's a time for unmitigated awe. And I think that right now
we are at unmitigated awe.
And we, this is something that you could never see live on a spacecraft before. I mean, the last time we saw this was just the last Starship flight, and I think that it shows you just the resiliency of Starlink here. We're in plasma right now and transmitting. It's
right now they're encountering, so they have already passed through the maximum heating. Now they're through the maximum aerodynamic pressure.
Whoa!
Look at that.
That's the prettiest color. It's green.
That's the most awesome. Look at that green.
Wow.
I might have a new favorite color. I might have a new. It's a bad thing. I might.
Trajectory.
Good trajectory.
Wow.
Good trajectory. This is planned. This is all good still.
You're seeing little camera moves. That's the flag moving as it continues to maintain the attitude of the vehicle as it re-enters.
I mean, they still have control. The flap is moving. The flap is moving. They still have control during this.
Wow.
Yes, so this movie will be like, oh, this is so unrealistic. No, this is like...
This is real.
Real. Yeah.
This is happening right now, right this minute. And if you look at the altitude now, the atmosphere is getting thicker, right? We're seeing that interaction. The altitude, the speed is reducing. The altitude is now coming down. So you're using the vehicle's mass and speed to its advantage, and that's what we're getting here. Wow. Yeah.
I'm calling it now. I have a new favorite color. It's plasma green.
Yes, I'm with you.
Adrian, when plasma green shirts?
Oh, I'm seeing
There you go.
the reproduction tank there. So, probably preparing for.
Well, I think we can say at this point, certainly there's 57 kilometers to go here, but the Starship's launch here has exceeded what happened on the last one. So this is that incremental step
This is
every
already
time.
a win in my book. Whatever happens after this.
Yeah, it's far up the winning scale. Everything after this,
right?
Whatever.
And everything's bonus now. It's house money. So this is the wow. Look at that. Now am I seeing? What am I seeing it on the other side of that that fin there? Did it burn through? Or is it just coming around it?
Well, they have talked about in the past that the flap hinges specifically.
Yep.
Okay.
This camera view is looking right at one of the forward flaps.
Oh, that's definitely starting to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're strategically putting some cameras around the vehicle to just look at the different areas.
There goes the pieces. Yep.
Looks like we got the flap starting to come apart a little.
Yeah.
You can do it, flap.
Lose that flap in a minute.
You can do it, flap.
It does appear that we have a little bit there. We can see pieces of the vehicle flying off.
Just
what a shot
longer.
it has been. It's been like watching Interstellar.
15,000 kilometers. Come on, you can do it.
I think we have a new T-shirt. The little flap that could.
Look at that.
It's hanging on though. So Jack, you were saying the hinges were an area they were concerned about.
Yeah, it's absolutely. Oh my gosh, how can I even focus? I'm sorry, Lon.
Sorry.
Yes, the hinges are hard.
How are they still here? It's true.
Yeah, this is still.
It stopped.
No way.
Wait.
It's
no way. I don't see plasma anymore.
Yeah.
You're right. 53 kilometers, 14,000 kilometers an hour. Rapidly scrubbing off speed. Oh,
the
give us
little
another
flap
camera.
that really could.
Give us another camera. The best flap there ever was.
Right.
This
my
was.
goodness.
I'm still thinking that they may have also lost
this single flap was the best flap ever.
Yes, it hung on. And you know what's great about what we just saw is that I think they probably collected a lot of good visual data on the failure point to know how to address this in the future, especially the parts that hung on too, not just the ones that
they
burned
still
through.
Have telemetry. They still have telemetry.
And look at the attitude. Look at the attitude of the ship. It appears, at least if the graphic is to be believed, the attitude is still. And we're rapidly scrubbing off speed. Did the glass just shatter? That's amazing.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Protection glass.
I wonder if that's thermal shock. Like it was very hot, and now it is descending into the lower atmosphere, and it's becoming much colder, and it just suddenly shattered. Okay. So yes, a failure of the flap hinge. Oh,
telemetry is still going. I still have data.
Still got telemetry, right?
And
it's back.
We're back.
And it's back.
How is it back?
SpaceX excited, as you can tell by the cheering behind us.
Jack, this camera needs cleaning.
Still a sizable crowd here at
I'll get on
Control Center, Hawthorne.
Get that squeegee out.
Splashdown.
We are
is
so back.
expected
It's
in
like
just
the
about
graph.
4 minutes from now.
Yeah, right.
We're still
And we're getting it all streamed live via Starlink, which is insane.
Incredible job.
It's crazy.
Max re-entry queue.
Wow.
Okay, good news. Those external pressures
Already
are dropping. The question is,
down.
How much of the ship is left? Can't really tell. We can still see
how much do we
some
got
of
left
that
here?
particulate coming off.
Can they do a flip and burn without one flap?
If we see a Raptor ignite, I'm gonna lose it. I don't care if it's all. One single Raptor igniting would be insane.
And you can see that the
Right.
speed is rapidly slowing down. That's actually really
44
great news for us.
kilometers.
We
And
want
that should
the
be coming
vehicle to be slowing down.
this, then start the belly flap.
Yeah, it's basically transitioning more and more to a complete horizontal.
Right.
Yeah, at this point, the most important thing on screen in a lot of ways is that attitude indicator for ship. We'll see if it can still maintain control with that poor busted flap.
I see more sparks. Yeah. But it's still going.
It's just a little sparky. It's still good. It's still good.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh.
Up.
Still data. Still data. Look at the telemetry. Still data.
We
Now,
good.
The altitude hasn't changed all that much here, so I wonder.
That is great news.
Okay.
Maximum dynamic
Maximum.
pressure.
They
being the moment
reached
in
maximum
which the
dynamic
vehicle
pressure.
experiences the greatest amount of aerodynamic
Now the
pressure.
altitude's coming down again.
Speed still dropping. We're now at 37 kilometers above the ocean.
Let's go.
I do wonder if with one
down
flap
underwater
like
in the
this,
Indian
they
Ocean.
probably cannot move. I
Right.
do wonder
We
if
don't
we'd
have a live
actually
view
do,
right now,
you know,
but because we're still getting data and telemetry.
I feel like the forward flaps do more for the flip than the aft flaps. I base that on absolutely nothing. I could be completely wrong.
They still cameras.
Very excited to see that view.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jack, but there is still cameras.
No, don't interrupt, please. This is insane.
Yes. And
How?
insane.
We are 31 kilometers away from the ground.
Closer and closer to Earth.
Flip and burn,
2.5
baby.
minutes to flip.
30
Flip and burn,
2.5
baby.
minutes to flip.
above the Indian
It's tipping forward. It's tipping forward.
Mach 2.
Mach 2.
Mach 2.
It's
Sounds
still
like
going
vehicles
so
traveling,
slow.
As we just heard, Mach 2.
It's so. Look
Oh,
at
there
that
we go.
velocity.
Forward.
It's going over
We're
some
in belly flap.
flap.
We're in
a little
belly
bit.
flap.
Now at T plus 1 hour, 3 minutes and 13 seconds. At T plus 1 hour,
It's
3
going a
minutes
bit
All right,
way
keep the engine
forward.
light.
into
It's a bit forward.
The ship.
All right, this is the part where we listen to the SpaceX crowd.
Hanging on by a couple of bolts and threads, but it's still going, and that is excellent news.
That deceleration is looking incredible. We're about to go under 1,000 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
Starship is at 20 kilometers altitude.
Now keep in mind that even though we can't see anything, the data itself is what
Subsonic still
really
moving?
are
Subsonic.
subsonic is traveling below
Subsonic?
the speed of sound.
I see control.
He's moving!
Maybe?
You just played? His flap is
If it means the flaps are actuating, I think we can see something.
What? Almost destroyed. I'm
This
still
is a
moving.
nail biter. But we are, unfortunately, we can't see through the
That an
the
engine
lens, but
shell?
We're still getting the feed.
11 kilometers.
11 kilometers over the ocean. All this data is incredibly important.
600 kilometers.
We are
per
stable.
seat.
It's
It's stable.
Actuating through the glass.
Unbelievable.
We are the same altitude as this.
8 kilometers. 8 kilometers. Out of the possible.
Milestone will be initiation of the flip maneuver and landing burn.
I can't
No
believe
way
they're
this
still trying to
works.
flip.
I
can't believe
No way this works.
Screen for those 3 center engines to relight. They will gimbal or angle.
No way
so
this
that
works.
The ship flips itself back up vertical.
I believe in you, Ship
and hopefully
29.
lands in a
I believe in
vertical
you.
You can do it.
And the crowd is very
that.
excited to get this view of that flap still maneuvering.
That flap is just beat up.
This might be the best thing I've ever seen.
This is incredible.
Still stable for sure. 2 kilometers, less than 4 kilometers an hour.
Flies are such
Do it.
good sign of life right now.
Yeah, you
Come on, buddy, you can do it.
Take it.
You can do it.
You can do it.
There you go. You're almost there.
2 kilometers altitude, terminal block.
Startup for Starship.
Lenny Burns.
Oh my god!
Great, good news there.
What?
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 It did it.
Look at the. Oh my
It's
god!
vertical. It's vertical.
It did it!
Look at the speed!
It did it.
No way!
And there's the, that's the
Was
water.
that the water?
I think that's the water. And it's floating.
No
Wow.
way!
Shutdown was
They did.
commanded.
There are no words.
They did it.
They did it.
Those crazy, hardworking people. They did it. Yeah, 4 times for SpaceX. 4 times the charm.
Yes.
Wow. I mean,
wow.
There's a little bit of use your imagination as you were going down with what we could actually
It did it!
But we were able to hear the ship did its landing burn.
Wow.
Wow.
It
did it. Huh?
Did we lose Jack? I think we lost Jack, but that was something. So this
can drive
55.
Yes. Success is the wrong word. Success is not enough.
That's totally awesome.
Yeah. I gotta go.
Go get those things, Jack. And by the way, that's another milestone.
Yeah. So this was the peak, right? Right here, that was the peak, and nothing after this, it's downhill.
Right. So yes, so what we had was successful
Oh, I could have made a good septic system out of that.
And then we saw Starship continue on to a submarine. It survived the entry, even with a kit that was penetrated by plasma. It still managed to maintain flight right to the ocean.
I'm Mr. Wrestling!
This thing is built like a tank at this point.
Bingo! Whoa, wicked!
This design was inspired by these buildings.
Woo, nice one!
Oh, dog dang it!
Oh man, that sucks Android.
Now we got to deliver the delicious goods to the buyer. I sure hope they like snake dogs, cause I do.
Please stop what you're doing. No one can sell rotten meat in this town but me.
Nobody does it better.
I done did that before.
How are we analyzing this?
Rusty burgers are made of roadkill?
Who's writing Star Wars
That
updates
explains
this
the
week and
tire
has to
tracks.
put words
Take this
on what's
satellite dish
happening?
as a reward. She gets 14 channels, including the outhouse channel. Man, I love watching that.
Thanks, inbred hillbilly.
Torrent nothing.
Already.
I'm sorry, by the way, for the
26 and then Starship. It's like,
Right.
We are officially in Tears territory because the return to the moon for humans was never closer than this.
Yes, I think that's
Energy
that's
depleting. Need sugar.
NASA's future and
Yo, Liz,
is really
now?
dependent on this system
Please?
working. Not only for the lander, but just the fact that just to get the fuel up to the
Part
lander
time.
requires this system to really work this off. Minus the burning part.
I'm trying not to let it clear out, but it's just also the emotions coming through, you know. I was really like, holy cow, that ship re-entering and doing this flip, doing this now slap.
You expect me to complete a Mark 10 Truckosaurus without a blender? Why don't I just make a plasmoclave without a tennis racket for playing out loud?
This is the
Now
worst
fetch me a
that this
blender,
re-entry
the puree,
is
the frappe, and the liquefy.
Now where am I gonna get a blender? Dr. Nick! He loves blended girl drinks during surgery.
I don't even know if you're watching or whatever. I don't care. I just feel the need to say that because
Oh, this is too cool for school.
Whatever, you know, all the hard work we have been doing, or like already in the last 45. I don't know what the reason is, like 45 or 6 or whatever.
Hi,
I don't
Dr.
know,
Nick.
this man
Hi,
here.
everybody.
That is
You seem like a heavy drinker. Do you have a blender?
Not now, okay? My monkeys have escaped. Can you catch them for me? I'll be so grateful.
Why won't they come back to you?
Because I have tortured them horribly, silly.
There's no way I'll be able to fit all those monkeys in my
We
car.
weren't live
I
for that.
better
We were
get a
piping
big
you
truck
our
or something.
commentary, but we were doing our own commentary here on the roof. We were all crowded around the little screen, like squinting at what was happening. We're like, sparks! There's sparks! There's plasma! Like we were watching it, we recorded it all. So we will try to release some of our real-time reactions in the future because we had a ball.
I think we need like an NSF reacts to this, and it's like don't even write what it is.
I need your
Just
truck, Homer.
NSF
Why should I give you
reacts
that?
Because I love you.
Pay up, Tucker.
You're charging your own son?
Yeah, for
guess I
movie
am.
shows, we'll start an NSF Reacts channel or something like that.
Do it. We got
That
all
was
these emails.
crazy. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it when it's darker because it was so bright out here. But we were like crowded around the little screen like
Bart
monkeys
Simpson
screaming at a
at your
campfire or
service.
whatever. And we had
Let's
a
hit the
ton of fun
town.
watching that
Eat
thing
my
fall.
dust,
That
dust
was
eaters.
the MVP.
Hey, slower traffic to the right, please. Oh man, this
and
sucks.
they had like you could see it. They had stage control and they were in the lights.
I gotta go together.
Whee! Alright! I don't remember these being here before. My butt hurts. My butt hurts. Take that! It's time for some road rage. Bart Simpson style. That's totally awesome. Oh, this is too cool for school.
And then we were like, hey, we should sit together and clean that camera lens. Yeah, exactly. I know. Anyways, go ahead, Adrian.
I'm sorry, but like, if somebody, some people maybe they're coming to be like, oh, why are you screaming during this? And like, I'm sorry, there was
Eat my
no
dust,
filter.
dust eaters.
And you guys,
Anyways, y'all, I look bad right now because everyone behind me is helping pack up stuff while I hang out on camera having fun. But we're gonna go ahead and pack up the roof because it's right now I can see the sun. Just in time for it to get hot when we need to pack up. But we'll get all this packed up. Y'all keep up going with the stream, but thank y'all so much for watching. And everybody, I'm not going to talk anymore, but thank y'all for supporting what we do. This is crazy. Like, we would have never thought that this was a thing that so many people could be involved with. But we keep showing up as long as y'all keep showing up and supporting what we do. So we're up for now. Roof of the Market
years of ballet
Resort
are paying
down here in
off.
South Padre Island. And we, my part of the team,
Gimme,
will
gimme,
see you
gimme.
later.
All right, thank you very much, Dawson. Great work out there with all of the many things that have to right there.
Time to rock.
I think all of our stuff works.
Oh, my ovaries. It's time for some road rage. Bart Simpson style.
There's this thing where it's like, you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to survive that. Right? It's like, how can it be that
Eat asphalt, asphalt eaters.
somehow it all of the stuff. And it's like, how? And then we have who's to send it? What is and exposure, and we have all the, stuff like this. So many examples of Starship somehow surviving
Safe and
really
sound.
silly, issues with flight. It's like, how did that happen?
Welcome home, daddy's little angels. Now, to put electrodes in your
It's a
brains.
standard meme in a science fiction movie. The spaceship gets like
Oh, right, that was so cool.
Keep everybody alive. Like that's what I saw today, right? Like it's the Starship Enterprise getting pummeled with phases, photons, and neutrons. Yeah, it still survives to make it into the victory. I think that's what we saw from them. This system
really bad day.
has some ruggedness to it and keep it stable over time.
Here's your
I bet
last
you we would've
doodad.
seen this on
So
the
can I
last
see the
flight if this
Truckosaurus
issue
thing?
hadn't
Yes.
popped up.
is a word I would love to be able to say. Unfortunately, there are too many people using cell phones, and the interference would then cause the monster to malfunction and kill many people. And my insurance is already sky high with the premiums and the schmemiums.
So there's, I think, going to be a lot of improvement.
Fine by me.
Moving forward very quickly here.
I mean, still in the damn, I really would love to have words situation here.
I just want to reflect on another thing.
Full speed ahead.
This was the first real attempt, I guess, to do a re-entry. Ship 28 doesn't count.
Not the detailing.
Its re-entry shortly gave
out of the way, wannabe.
Test data validation and everything, but this was the first time that they actually went through the re-entry with attitude holding, and they got through. They got all the way to the ocean, to the Lindenberg.
My dad will pay for all the damages. Lisa did it.
Lindenberg, actually, probably the engine layout they were on this time around, but you could see that speed going down. That's not just because of the ship just moving over. So you need engines to be able to go down on speed at that point. So those engines were active and he was doing the Lindenberg. It was the first time we tried this and they got it.
I shouldn't enjoy this so much.
This is gonna get better. Like, it's just...
No, it's you know what would be great?
Ow, my skull! My beautiful skull! Wow, that was great.
But and every step, you know, Flight 1 was getting all the engines select, right? Flight 2 was, you know, with what it was. Flight 3 was all of the, you know, the stability issues we were into. And now, all of those things have been solved, even with the dead engine on the way up. No problem, we were able to demonstrate that too. So I don't think, you know, we're talking about the true definition of mishap. I wanted to hear, I don't think we saw any mishaps here that would trigger an FAA investigation of the solutions down here.
Yeah,
I play this computer navigation system. Eat asphalt eaters. No biggie.
This is all
whoa, got it. Time to lay some rubber down.
Yeah, I would say this was the first time Starship Flight was not triggering FAA investigation. So,
this car can take it.
I mean, I still think, like, when people are saying, like, this was successful, I still don't think the word is enough, because
my rims cost $900. Jump to light speed.
Any person before this flight, I think a lot of people's voice, yeah, it would be nice if you boosted those two, maybe heating, that would be nice. This was so much fun. This was so much fun.
Oh, this is too cool for school.
And, again, this is just not a win for SpaceX. This is a win for everybody that wants to see humans go back to the moon, that wants to see humans potentially go to Mars, that wants to see this capability. They're up there, they're probably some work here with the way that the ship was basically falling apart. Let's be fair of that. This is not the final, but as Alex said earlier, this is the worst re-entry probably they will perform. After this,
that was so cool.
They just got so much. So,
yeah, and
I just had a detail.
You know, up until now, you could say, oh, it was a successful mission because SpaceX.
Oops.
So, you know, it was a successful test. They got it. You will put all the asterisks in one of, oh, engines went up, way down, and then the cloud went through. I don't care if it was a complete success. Like,
eat my dust eaters.
Whatsoever. It did the thing. It went up, landed, booster, and ship. Both.
Oops.
Things are gonna improve from here. That's it. Like, it's just gonna get better.
All the different angles that NSF set up around the Stardust violence there. And it's pretty fun, so you have to get ready to see it, right?
Whoa!
So all my support is absolutely
Lousy laws of physics.
It's incredible.
Well done, my little sociopath.
I like to smash.
Now there is no chance my Truckosaurus will go on a killing rampage with the screaming and the sadness and the hosing of blood off the robot.
I am the king!
And we have a confirmation from
Wow, Truckosaurus is some kind of truck/dinosaur. I never would have guessed.
At a damaged flat, Starship made it all the way to a soft landing.
We have audio.
Yes! Everybody do the Bartman!
And these cameras are as close to the pad as it looks. These are not zoomed in all that much.
I'm just seeing a post by our fellow Facebook contributor saying, "Let's see a road closure for Booster 12, right? Come on, let's get the next one out the door."
Yeah, everybody at NSF get ready for the content meeting for Flight 5 as early as Monday.
Monday 4 p.m.
Yeah, Monday 4 p.m. It's time, guys.
Look at Shockwave.
I need to find my stupid brother. Have you seen him?
Yes, can't talk now. I must get the last copy of the new Itchy and Scratchy Adventures comic. It's the controversial issue in which they finally kiss. Assist me, and I will aid you with your dilemma.
Unleashed to lift that thing off the pad.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
Do we have
Lisa Simpson at your service?
I'm not going to dignify that in a comment.
This is a school zone!
We don't have deflector shields, you know.
Who are these people?
Well, that just got a little more rare.
Disappointed!
I blame no one.
I hope Bart gets blamed for that. Now, can you tell me if you've seen my pointy-headed nuisance?
Silence. I must get this comic into a Mylar bag before it deteriorates into near-mint condition. Heaven forbid. Engage!
Every single perspective we can get here.
Oh dear.
Besides what Raptor and the Lost Rose. As normal as a super yes. Yeah, I believe that.
Not again!
We don't have deflector shields, you know. You're banned from my store.
Meeting you, Mom.
Really must learn how to drive.
It's definitely a lot better mission than the slides.
Now to get this inky treasure into its Mylar sanctuary.
What about Bart? I asked you, have you seen him?
I think I saw him at the Noiseland Arcade. Ugh, video games.
Yeah.
What a waste
They had
of
that
money.
single
Now to
engine
go
out,
online
but,
and
you
bid
know.
$1,000 for Itchy and
I can't
Scratchy
prevent
corn
that
cob holders.
super heavy.
Terrific
Can lose one engine,
space.
still do.
Oh yeah, I got my mojo working.
That's the whole point of multi-engine vehicles. Falcon 9 can do the same. And as we saw today, Super Heavy has the extra added bonus that it has redundancy also for the Unicorn. Falcon 9 only uses one engine for the Unicorn. So
Kid powers!
Oh.
Millhouse, has Bart been here? I haven't seen him.
That's the
Hey,
very
can I
level.
buy you a frozen yogurt? I'll throw in 2 dry toppings or 1 wet topping. Bart's disappeared. You have to help me find him. Well, he might be at Wally Weasel's. He likes the smell of the
A lot
ball
of batteries to
cage.
charge, a lot of logistics to manage, but we want to get every
Hello,
angle we can.
Springfield.
And just wait for the landings. That's going to be.
Sorry. Millhouse? What are you doing here?
Well, we're watching
Lisa,
Research, we have
what a
tweet from,
coincidence.
Gwen Shotwell, who
Hey,
is the
that a new dress?
president of SpaceX. Is that
No,
her
I've
title?
been wearing this dress for years.
Yeah.
Now where's Bart?
Who says
I think he's at the
congratulations.
Planet Hype.
And a huge thank you to our extraordinary SpaceX team. Successful Super Heavy launch and landing of the orbital ship. That's one tough mission. It is. Entry, relight, and splashdown.
It's time to move.
Soon I can do this.
I mean, I wouldn't rule out like a 4 to 6 week or so fighter. Like that at this point seems
I
relatively
won't
believable.
question the value of this activity. I go, girl.
I cannot believe what we saw. I'm still fishing.
And I think one of the benefits here it was funny listening to the SpaceX commentators who weren't sure how much of their ship was left, right?
Yeah.
I'm moving my reel.
No films. Slightly surprised, right. But you know, this is the nature of it, right? I mean, if that tends to speed, if that, you know, if it's a 3-foot light,
Sorry.
the more this, in fact,
Thank goodness for seatbelts.
I think is going to dramatically speed up development here.
They also
time for
probably
action
have
is
data on that test that we did on the engine skirt. It went all the way through, so they have plenty of data. And that is essentially, a very important thing to have for this test flight. Like, that was the whole point of this flight, right? The re-entry of both the booster and the ship.
Right.
The booster got through, controlling with the grid fins. It did the landing burn.